How a simple mistake became a life-changing lesson. Armin was a young office worker whose life always moved in fast forward. Every morning began in a rush, the alarm ringing endlessly, clothes thrown around, breakfast skipped, and stress rising before the day even started. One Monday morning, as he hurried to get ready, he noticed his shoelace was loose and slightly torn. But like always, he told himself, "It's nothing. I'll fix it later." With that tiny act of neglect, he stepped out of his home. While stopping at a tea stall on the way to work, the same shoelace came undone again. Armin looked at it, but ignored it once more. An old man sitting nearby watched him and said kindly, "Son, the small things you ignore today will become big problems tomorrow." Armin smiled politely, but did not take the words seriously. He was too busy, too distracted, too used to rushing. As Armin crossed a busy road, the loose lace finally caused trouble. His shoe caught his other foot, and he slipped slightly. People around him stared for a moment before moving on. Embarrassed, Armin brushed off his clothes and continued walking, thinking it was just a minor accident. He still didn't fix the lace, but life wasn't done teaching him the lesson. When he reached his office building, the elevator was closing. Armin sprinted toward it, hoping to squeeze in. At that exact moment, the loose lace caught the edge of the elevator floor. He tripped badly, falling forward, spilling his coffee, and dropping his phone, which slid across the shiny tiles. The people inside the elevator gasped. Some rushed to help him up. Armin felt a burning mix of pain and humiliation. Limping and embarrassed, he finally entered the office. His manager noticed his condition and asked, "Armin, what happened?" He replied quietly, "Just a small slip." The manager looked at him thoughtfully and said something Armin would never forget. "Small slips happen when we ignore small responsibilities." Those words hit him harder than the fall itself. Later at his desk, Armin couldn't focus. His mind replayed everything: the shoelace in the morning, the old man's warning, the slip on the road, the fall near the elevator, the manager's comment. Slowly, he realized the truth. The problem was never the shoelace. It was his habit of ignoring small things, his habit of rushing through life, his habit of saying later to everything, small tasks, small details, small responsibilities. That night, he went home and thought deeply about how this one tiny mistake had exposed a larger pattern in his life. He decided that from the next morning, things would change. The next day, Armin woke up early for the first time in months. He cleaned his room, prepared himself calmly, and tied his shoe carefully. He didn't run, didn't rush. He walked with intention. When he went to the tea stall, the old man was there again. Armin approached him and said, "Sir, yesterday your words made me think." "Thank you." The old man smiled and replied, "Life whispers before it shouts. Those who listen early avoid the pain later." Over the next few weeks, Armin transformed his habits. He checked small details. He organized his work. He became more patient, more mindful, more responsible. His performance improved. He made fewer mistakes. His stress reduced. People at work noticed the change and admired his calmness and discipline. Armin felt lighter, happier, and more in control of his life. One day, a colleague asked him, "Armin, you've changed so much. What happened?" He smiled and answered, "I stopped ignoring small things. They were the things controlling my life." Armin finally understood that life is not shaped by big moments alone. It is shaped by the tiny choices we make every day. a loose shoelace, a moment of carelessness, a habit of postponing. These are the small cracks that grow into big problems unless we fix them early. And so, the simple mistake that caused him to fall became the lesson that helped him rise. Moral: small problems grow when we ignore them. Success comes from paying attention to small habits, small responsibilities, and small improvements. Fix the small things today so they don't become the big things tomorrow.